I am standing here today to give a deliberation on the ongoing issues of our country that are really startling and are kind of confusing. The first issue that we have at hand here is the issue of matatu strikes that has been brought about by the hikes on fuel prices. Actually, as Kenyans and probably the world at large, we are questioning ourselves on why it was necessary for these hikes. You know, Kenya is a middle economic country, and we know that we do import a lot. And also, as we have imported, we also distribute to other neighboring countries like Uganda. But then coming to the pricing system, it now startles everyone here why we are distributing to Uganda, yet Ugandan price is much lower than ours. Actually, even if it was supposed to be that high, but it don't know to have gone beyond 10 shillings up above Ugandan price. Looking at Ethiopia also, they do the importation at the same point, but they've not hiked it so much. In my perception or view, in that way, I tend to think that the government and government officials are so much benefiting on these hiked prices than anything else. They don't mind about the welfare of Kenyans, and that's why they do these things just erroneously. They don't want to understand whether we are hurting or not. 242 shillings for a diesel is a direct touch onto the common mwananchi's life. Why do I say this? We all understand and know that manufacturing system of this country depends squarely on DSL. We come to the transport sector, they depend squarely on DSL. Actually, petrol is being used by very few machines in this country. So when you touch DSL, you touch the common mwananchi directly. This shall definitely help you people or help the manufacturers and the wholesalers and retailers to hike the prices of common commodities like unga. Now, whenever you are hiking these prices, you have also to consider the lifestyles of common mwananchi. Because if you are a leader, you cannot lead empty world or empty country. You must lead people. But if you leave these people at the aim of dying because of the hiked prices, where are you going to lead now? Be realistic, Mr. President and the government at large. Just be realistic in all that you are doing. And coming back to the transport sector, I tend to think you are also not realistic. I was supporting your strike, but I'm not now supporting you. You cannot strike for 2 days, you blast a whole CS on the cameras, then after a few hours, you come and tell us that you have agreed, that you have given a room for 7 days. What for? Let me ask you a question. You're now telling us that you're giving room for 7 days for negotiations. Were there negotiations before these prices were hiked? We never had such. What were the consultation? Who was consulted on these prices before they were hiked? Now, what are you telling us? Then it means you also have some personal vendettas. And that's why whenever you have been given room to help to work on these issues affecting Kenyans direct, like the transport, you also go back and have boardroom meetings. And then you come out to the live cameras telling us that you have agreed. You have agreed on what? I'm asking you this. What you have agreed on what? If we are talking about the reduction on fuel price, actually I saw in the morning today that the fuel has been reduced. What is it? The DSL has been reduced with only 10 shillings. But on the other side, paraffin has been hiked with 36 shillings. So what have you reduced? If in any case, under normal circumstances, in all these manufacturing companies, big manufacturing companies, they always substitute oil and with what? They mix oil with paraffin for the combustion system. Now, if you hike paraffin and you reduce DSL with only 10 shillings, what have you done? There's nothing you've done. You're lying to Kenyans. You ought to have reduced this thing. In fact, to my proposal, diesel ought to be reduced below 200 shillings. Paraffin to remain below 150 shillings. And petrol to remain at exactly 200 shillings because it is the least used. So you have lied to us. Matatu sector, you have also lied to us. Giving room for 7 days, we are waiting. You have just spoken today. We are waiting. But if you happen not to be realistic on all the decisions you are going to make, Kenyans shall come out. Now, coming to the issue of the protest of yesterday, I want to confirm to the country and those good viewers that, guys, there's something that really transpired in Nairobi town yesterday that I witnessed personally as a person. The boys that were, the young boys that were being arrested, they never committed any crime, unless there were some who were just found doing it. But then what I saw on Moi Avenue, a boy, the first boy that I saw that was picked just right before us. I was standing next to Tom Mboya's statue. This boy was addressing the media. Just immediately he finished addressing the media, he was scooped and taken to Mariam. The second boy was just picked. He actually was coming from the parliament side. So when he reached Moi Avenue, he was also picked. No cause of alarm there. As long as you were not dressed well yesterday, you could always be picked. But then fine, if they were, we know they were goons. Goons were, Kenyans, we also understand. If there are strikes anywhere, they are goons. Like you can remember Roysambu, Ruiru, Githurai, we had a lot of skirmishes there. They killed themselves, they were killing people, they touched vehicles, those were okay. But here in Nairobi, in Nairobi town, if there was any goonism, we never saw, but the majority of those who were arrested, actually, they were just innocent boys who were walking around just because they never dressed well. So they were presumed to be goons. This culminated into the arrest of station OCS. Yeah, very unfortunate incident. How do you arrest a whole officer? Now, what is the meaning of an OCS? An OCS as a word is an abbreviation of Officer Commanding Station. If you have been given the mandate to command a station, it means that you've been tested and you've passed the test. You've been confirmed. You're capable of handling your fellow officers. So if you decide with the authorities or the mandates conferred on you as the head of that station to release a few individuals whom you consider to be petty offenders, what is the wrong? Unless there's something so deep that we as Kenyans, we don't understand. But we hereby demand with full authority as Kenyans, because Kenya is a sovereign country and the power belongs to us. We demand the immediate release of this OCS. He needs to come out. He needs to be reinstated, because whatever has made him to be arrested, we don't understand. We need to know. Or unless the government comes out clearly to tell us, we don't know. Now, this issue, I'm now coming to the other point of political tolerance. Kenyans, we are heading directly to the next year's general election, that is 2027. And we all know that whenever elections are approaching, there are a lot of high stakes. But then the things that are now transpiring in this country are just startling. How can a woman who has just be out of the love of the sitting president, having put a tattoo on her body, nor unless these people, the people who killed this woman, wants to confirm to us that president and this lady had some intimacy somewhere that made them to be aggrieved so much. Why did they kill this woman? Why did they burn her? This is called political intolerance. We are from different ethnicities. We are from different backgrounds. We are from different levels of life. We are from different political grounds and backgrounds. You cannot compel me to align with your thoughts politically. You cannot compel me to love whom you love. We have different consciences. Yeah? Robert Watts Jr. puts it in his book, People Are Never the Problem, that each and every